Mad Caper.
No Donald Trump, no nationalism, no Barack Obama, no socialism, no to the Bushes, no conservatism, no to the Clintons, no liberalism, no fascism, no communism, no capitalism, no politicians, no to all of their isms, and no to all of their schisms, cause we on a mission to unite the divisions. I'm in the know, I'm in the know, I'm in the know, I'm in the know, cause first you must know so you can say no. I'm in the know, I'm in the know, I'm in the know, cause first you must know so you can say no. No police, no military. If we're gonna grow peace, we must build it squarely. No police, no military. If we're gonna grow peace, we must build it squarely. No government, no slavery. Let love ascend. True anarchy. No government, no slavery. Let love ascend. True anarchy. No Gavin Newsom. No Andrew Cuomo. You can have that too soon. I don't want to hear them no more. It's time to create a vision anew. This ain't about America. This is about me and you. This is about being you, man, what you wanna do, take account of your own life, or have someone ruling you. No new abnormal, no Bill Gates, no big pharma, no mandates. I'm in the know, I'm in the know, I'm in the know, I'm in the know, cause first you must know so you can say no. I'm in the know, I'm in the know, I'm in the know, cause first you must know so you can say no. No government, no slavery, let love ascend. True anarchy. No government, no slavery, let love ascend. True anarchy. I'm in the know.
The concept of authority, that some people are the masters who make up the rules, who say what the law is, and other people have to obey them. It's called slavery. I don't care whether your notion of slavery is just the ball and chain version and you think that's the only form. You're wrong. The concept of authority is slavery. The concept of government is slavery. The concept of taxation is slavery. The concept of prohibition is slavery. The concept of not being allowed to exercise your rights because somebody else tells you you can't, and they're saying you have to obey them when they say you can't exercise that right, is slavery. You're living in it.
Yo, what's up to all the POTNUS out there? This is your boy John Roeland back at it again. Week 6, but it's not weak and it's not sick. Well, it's the sick kind of sick. You know what I mean. Week 6, and oh, how things have changed. I'm a constant seeker. That was my song from 2020, 4 years ago now. That was where I was at. And there is some legitimacy to those ideas. But I'm here to let you know what I've discovered the meaning that I've made from all of this information. We always profess to want to break down the meaning of the word, find the true meaning of the word. So let's get into that. Anarchy is a form of government. Now, by breaking down the words, we see that anarchy means without rulers. It does not mean without hierarchies, leaders, teachers, stewards. In the Tao, it says, "What is a bad man but a good man's job? What is a good man but a bad man's teacher?" Oh, no, it goes the other way around. What is a bad man but a good man's teacher? A bad man is a good man's job. Now, you don't have to profess to Taoism, and we'll get into different interpretations of what the words of Taoism means. And in those interpretations, you have to also add in even deeper than that, the translation, the original translation. Pretty much every Tao Te Ching that I've read has had some different type of wording. While seemingly insignificant, they are nuanced and they kind of show you the virtue of the Tao, the idea of the Tao, the concept of the Tao, that it's constantly swaying back and forth. There's good and bad, and it's about acceptance of both, similar to the Hermetic principles. It's, what is the word? Resolving all paradoxes, right? So, again, anarchy is a form of government because anarchy just means without rulers. It does not mean without hierarchies, leaders, teachers, stewards. Government, on the other hand, means mind control. Government is neutral. Government is a tool. It is the most important tool that we as humans on this earth have. The tool of government or mind control dictates the usage of all other tools. If I have to delineate, I would say self-government is valid and is not a negative thing. So government in itself, mind control in itself, is ambiguous when you just say government. Government includes self-government. So, of course, if you externalize government, then you're going to get potentially outside people trying to control your mind. But the word control, if you actually look at the breakdown of gubernare, it means to steer, which implies that you are leading this vessel, this ship. And again, the reality of us here is that we have to interact with one another. We have to raise children. We have to live together in communities. On some level, we have to make agreements. This is all a form of government. If you take two people and they go live in an apartment together or a house together, they're probably going to lay down some ground rules. And these ground rules, as they both use their own government in an exchange of ideas of how they want to live and what values and virtues they want to live by, they establish some agreements amongst themselves. So now these two individual, autonomous people, beings, are agreeing to use their government, use their mind control to follow these agreements. Now, if one person breaks the agreement, the other person may feel inclined to use their mind control to influence the other person to keep the agreement. And if that's not possible, then the two people may decide to part ways. Now, the key here is all of this is voluntary, right? But again, the terminology that we use, we say it is important, but yet we run around with these slogans that are, to me, too extreme, too general. And if you want to get deeper in understanding and conceptualizing the dual nature of things and how ultimately we need to balance them to find the oneness within them. You can't go too hard one way or too hard to the other. So, having no rulers doesn't mean having no government. Anarchy does not mean no mind control. Anarchy would require ultimate mind control of everybody to live up to a certain standard, to align themselves with the highest principle, with the Tao, the Way, the NUS. They would have to attain that level of consciousness and maintain that level of consciousness. So having anarchy doesn't mean not having mind control. You will need mind control. If there is no mind control, if we don't have control over our minds, then would you say there is no autonomy? There is no free will? Of course, the thing that distinguishes us, the people of the NUS, from animals is our ability to control our mind, is our ability to influence others, and ultimately manifest what you want to see in this reality. Government does not mean slavery. Mind control does not mean bondage. Now, it could get to that if you are trying to control someone's mind to the point that they are a robot and they're doing everything you say. But inherently, the word government does not have to mean slavery. Think about rhetoric in the trivium. Not only are you using rhetoric to explain your understanding, rhetoric also implies a level of marketing, for lack of a better term, promoting, getting your message out there. Rhetoric is fine on its own if you can write something and have an idea and put it down. But if no one's hearing it, it may not have that much of an influence on the world. And maybe it doesn't need to. I would argue a philosophy like Taoism should be in the world. And again, I connect Taoism and Buddhism, in that Buddhism is giving you practical techniques and skills to control your mind and to reach these deeper levels of consciousness. So when we think about natural law and looking at nature, we see that there is a natural hierarchy in reality. You come from your parents, who came from their parents. Excuse me. There are spiritual hierarchies that are occulted from us, but that definitely have an effect on our psyche and our spirit. Our senses are very limited to take in the totality of reality. And we know that there are higher levels of frequency that we are not able to tap into through our five senses. But the way that we can tap into them is through the mind's eye, or the third eye, or you could call it the first eye, the eye that's in the center of your head, the pineal gland, your connection to the source, your connection to spirit. So we see this natural hierarchy in reality, but yet we want to say that authority is illegitimate. But then we say to follow the way of nature. So I was thinking back, binding back, using my religion to get back to what is, where do these hierarchies come, and which is the highest hierarchy, right? And again, this is my idea of true religion. What is the highest frequency? Where is the point of creation? And this always brings to mind a story from the Kabbalah, which it's a book about the Kabbalah. It's not the actual Kabbalah itself. It's called The Way by Michael Berg, using the wisdom of Kabbalah for spiritual transformation and fulfillment. Pretty easy read. In this book, I'm not going to read from it, but I'm just going to speak from memory. The creation story goes like this. In the beginning, there was a source, something, nothing, but it was similar to light, but it was different than light. and the way that they described it as love. And this energy field or ether, whatever you want to call it, I'll call it the NUS, its nature is to give. So it wants to give its light, its love. And so in order to give, it needs something to give to. So it creates a vessel. The name of this story is The Light and the Vessel, or The Vessel and the Light. The light creates the vessel, whose nature is to receive. And the light begins to fill the vessel with its light, with its love. And the vessel is so grateful for receiving this life, light, love from the source, from the NUS, that it wants to give back. But so it tries to give back. But because giving back is not in the nature of the vessel, the light retracts from the vessel, and they end up retracting so far from each other that the light is completely by itself and the vessel is completely in dark. And then simultaneously, they both have the urge to come back together and have that feeling of connection again. And they come back so powerfully that when the light hits the vessel shatters, and that's creation. Now, does the light have a natural hierarchical position above the light? I would say you could argue that it does, because it created the vessel. And from there, falling down through time, through space, through the world ages, we've come down from the spiritual realms to the earthly plane. And here now we stand and we look back up and we try to raise our consciousness from here through using our intellectual abilities, which we've learned here in the material realm, and also through our individual autonomy, through the I, capital I. We have developed this I, this individual, extreme individual identity, ego. We are all separate on that level. But through that I, we all need to rediscover the NUS, the source. So a lot of this I look at, I call it double speak, because again, these words have a deeper meaning. For example, I'll give you one, is I don't really want to say it. I'm censoring myself, but I'll say the word PDF file, right? That means, if you break it down, the term means what Kendrick called Drake. It means child lover. And I was thinking about that why would we call these people child lovers? We should call them child abusers. We should call them pedosexuals. And it's interesting. I looked into it a little bit. I'd like to do deeper research into it. But who was the first person who coined all these terms? Heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual. And I looked it up back, I believe, in the late 1800s. I do not recall the person's name, but they were like a psychologist, and they identified all these different levels of sexuality. And the only ones he used the term philia, which philos comes from love, like brotherly love. He used homosexual, he used sexual and all those terms, except for pedophilia and necrophilia. And that's kind of weird, right? But here we live in a society where we all run around saying that word and calling these abusers child lovers. And you might not think it goes that deep, but I really do believe it goes that deep to get us to be calling these people child lovers, so that in a way we are condoning their behavior. We are, with our words, we are calling them the wrong thing. So again, I can't go around anymore saying government is slavery or government doesn't exist. I currently believe that government is inevitable based on the description I described earlier of the two people living together. You're going to live in a society with people. You're going to have to use your self-government in order to deal with other people, not to mention deal with yourself, and hold yourself accountable, be responsible. You're going to have to use that. And that, as you interact with others, that is going to turn into some form of government, some form of shared government. So I don't think it's valuable anymore for me personally to use that rhetoric in my presentations. And this does fall in line with Taoism. It also falls in line with the Hermetic principles. Even though, a lot of people in the natural law community, they talk about the Hermetic principles, but the only unity in the Hermetic principles, the only absolute truth is the whole thing. The all is mind. Everything else is appearing to be dual and appearing to be a rhythm and a pendulum swing back and forth, where I believe our task is to integrate all the evil with the good. What would the word be? Reconcile, right? Resolve the paradoxes, right? So that's where I'm at. Very middle way. This week, next Tuesday, we're going to be doing the Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes. Tuesday at 7 p.m. We had a pretty fiery discussion last week. Please subscribe to that channel. Check us out Tuesday nights at 7. We're doing the debate platform with a nuanced perspective, because if you watch those platforms, it's kind of the same topic, same religions they talk about. They don't expand out to any other deeper ideas. We're trying to get that into the atmosphere, into the NUS, and it's going pretty good. I'm enjoying working with Alan Marcus at alanmarcus.com and Benjamin Balderson, Odin's Alchemy on YouTube. I think he might have a website under Odin's Alchemy too, but definitely check it out. And I'm going to play you guys the intro that Alan made.
You win.
You're metal, dude.
Dudes.
Deliberating.
Delivering dogfish. Delivering dogfish. I'm the dude.
One minute, dude.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fight!
Yeah, Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes. You can catch us on Tuesdays at Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes. More of a deliberation than a debate, but we're getting there. Some hot button topics. I'm showing myself to be progressive at heart. Coming from the Bay Area, I'm pretty much everyone do what you want to do as long as you're not harming anybody else or forcing your ideas on anybody too hard. Again, this comes down to voluntarism and letting people do what they want to do. And this Tuesday, we're going to get into Benjamin's worldview, my worldview. We're going to have some teammates, and yeah, it should be good. So check us out there. All right, enough going on about that. Also, subscribe to At the NUS on YouTube. Natural Freedom League is on and popping. Will Keller doing his thing. We have some history there. So we've built that up. So promoting it through here, but also promoting our other platforms that we're working on. Oh, I'm going to share with you guys, with talking about deliberating dog-faced dudes. I made some clips. Of the last episode. So here, check these out. These are pretty good. I mean, they're pretty good. Let's see here. Oh, no, that ain't it. That's the wrong one. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, hold on. Let me find these clips. They're in here. Okay, here we go. That's the right one. Here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead. This is
stand in defense in war is a major component in that voting process. And you take tribal society, like if they were going to go out trading, raiding, things like that, where are we going to go? It's the men who are going to participate in that kind of thing. Given that they're not the ones that are participating, they're obviously not going to get a vote. Even in today's society, we have this imbalance where in order for men to get a voice, we have to sign up for the selective service. So this means that we have to actually put our lives on the line and we have to enforce the things that we want. Women are given this free pass where they don't. Now, should women serve in the military? Absolutely not. With the caveat of the positions that have classically been given, that women have classically been taken, like nurse and things like that.
All right. And then we also had a special guest, Leslie Powers, on. So here's a little bit of what Leslie had to say. The topic was, should women vote?
In a society where women are holding back that idea of voting and allowing their spouse to to go and do a vote, if somehow it's like for a household or whatever, then that would require a deep level of trust just between that woman and man, that to trust that that man has the care, that has taken the time to really understand the perspectives that a woman would have in her role and position, because we all have different perspectives. And I'm not claiming, and I would never claim, that a woman is the same as a man or vice versa, or should be considered such. I think we are, the feminine and masculine have, unique strengths and weaknesses. And
that's what Leslie had to say.
Speak. So this issue of building trust in communities, this applies to trust in government. I think trust is also on equal footing to what we might call confidence, to have confidence that my vote matters, that my vote does something. I want to bring up the fact that women in the United States of America under the Constitution were not allowed to vote until the 19th Amendment. So then the question of who is eligible to vote in U.S. elections, these are in federal elections. So I can say who's not eligible to vote, which is a simpler way of describing who can vote. So who cannot vote: non-citizens cannot vote, felons cannot vote, minors cannot vote. So the legal voting age is 18.
That's Alan Marcus at alanmarcus.com. Check him out. And finally, here's me stumbling over my words.
Kind of society you want. All right. So if you want a democracy where everybody has a voice and everybody has the right to pursue freedom, then you allow everybody to have a voice. And I was gonna make another point, but I'm gonna let it sit for a minute. But yeah, my biggest problem with this question is, to me, it's implying that not allowing women to vote would somehow improve things. And I just don't see that as being true.
All right. So there you have it. A little taste of deliberating dog-faced dudes. Watch the whole episode. It gets a little feisty, but it was good. Good practice. it's good to challenge your beliefs and your ideas by having other people question them, critique them, sharpening the sword, or like we like to call it, deliberating dog-faced dudes, gnawing on the bone. All right, fellas and folks and ladies and gents and peeps, the people of the NUS, my POTNUS, I appreciate you coming and listening. And I know that a lot of you might be asking, when you hear any of my broadcasts, you might be like, why'd he do it? Why'd he do that? And I have an answer for that. I have an answer for why I do what I do. And this is from a few years back, and I'm going to take us out with the old why'd he do it? All right, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make a comment, interact, and I'll see you next week.
Jay rolling like I'm on ecstasy, or a canvas-covered wagon rolling westwardly, manifesting for show what's my destiny. Rolling hills, sunny valleys, the best for me and mine. I'm trying to find the kind in my mind, and I'm inclined to believe your design is the same as it's the same. The game we all playing, we spraying away, creating greater ways of being humans. Partners dropping what we doing, chopping what we chewing, no stopping what we spewing, cause we falling under the fluid that we found the flow. We can cure it though, but we living for that low. Something below, coming up to the top, something that's spoken before, but you can't pause the pop, cause the flow unfolds. It's not supposed to stop, just go, it goes. Keep rolling this rock and do it, why do you 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 do it, why do you
do it, why do you do it? Why did he do it?
Number one rapper, and how do you judge? I don't give a mother fudge, dude, I'm holding a grudge, cause I'm from the area, representing from where you have no representation on the radio. It's rare to hear a yay player, even though we straight slayers when it come to being rhyme sayers, innovators. But I ain't finna hate you, cause I've been in PH, I'm soaking all the rain and game, which makes the bay rain. Straight from Mac Dre, Bodie, Belafontaine, EA Ski, and Pete, keep the speaking, make your rap sheet shrink like Shrinky. Dinks, you ain't committed no rhymes, the gon' speak, we gon' shine. Continue doing our time again with San Quinn, stewing and brewing our lines and popping true to partner humans. No stopping what we doing, though a lot of wanna ruin. The proof is in the pudding, in the refrigerator cooling. What do it, why do you do it, why do you do it, why do you do it,
Why did he do it?
do it, why do you do it, why do you do it, why do you do it,
Why did he do it?
Sex is real, death is real, a Benz is real, no ends is real, suburbia is real, poverty, bruh, it's real. I seen it just the other day, a half an hour away, down the freeway, Highway 24, onto 880, need me say mo, what is it? The O-A-K-L-A-N-D-N-D, and they play. Culture shock is what your partner got, cause I'm not from a spot that's hot a lot. I'm not from the streets, but I'm from a street. I don't pack heat, but damn sure pack weed. I never smacked a hoe, not from the front. I love to love the lovelies from behind the butt. I'm the mutt, Marlboro, stuffing the bomb low, busting the song so y'all can come along and do it, why do you 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 do it.